Hello, I'm Veg the Aging Hippie, and this is my tubular channel. Now, some of you may have come over here from Ernie's cabin to find out what Ernie was talking about. He wasn't all that clear, but what it is Ernie and I were speaking a little while ago, and I had casually mentioned that near where his cabin is was where four couples that were hippie couples left Montreal, where they lived on the same street as me, and they were a little weird, these people, but they were harmless. They were living in a old house and sharing the rent and sharing everything else. You know, everybody shared stuff back then because nobody had very much. Anyway, they disappeared on this canoe trip that was up near where Ernie's cabin is. So I casually mentioned this to Ernie, and he was telling me about Sasquatch and how he had befriended a Sasquatch named Sassy. I guess he nicknamed her Sassy. And they just spoke in sign language, and he managed to find out that they knew something about these hippies. He was also conversing with a retired conservation officer from years ago that recalled many stories of Sasquatch in the area dressing like hippies. I mean, they wore hippie hats and flowers in their hair and had beads around their neck. And this led me to think that there possibly was a connection between my hippie friends that decided to go on this nude canoe trip. I warned them about the bugs, about the black flies and mosquitoes and everything, but they said the power of love would prevent them from getting stung or bitten. And they were using various substances at the time, very powerful substances that I wouldn't recommend anybody do. But anyway, they decided to leave, and they packed up all their hippie accoutrements into this Volkswagen microbus. And the microbus was, I'll never forget it, it was painted in bright day glow colors, and it had a portrait of Timothy Leary on one side, and on the other side it was Allen Ginsberg, and they had peace signs all over it. It was really cool. I liked it, and it had like hippie fringes all around the windshields. That was legal back in the day. A lot of things were legal back in the day, but a lot of things were more illegal than they are legal now. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. So I am desperately trying to find out what happened to this hippie tribe. They had originally gone up there to found a nudist colony, and they were going to call it Shangri-La or something. And they vanished. They vanished into thin air. But around the same time, there were stories of hunters up there, and they would be camping out at night, and all of a sudden they heard the sound of bongo drums. Now, this was very strange, being out in the Canadian bush, to hear bongo drums. They swore up and down they heard bongo drums, and then they saw Sasquatch, a whole tribe of Sasquatch. Now, they're very shy. They don't like human contact, and because Ernie, I guess, has lived in the bush for so long, they actually trusted him and made friends. So he made friends with Sassy, and she was telling him by sign language that her father and mother knew something about this. And hippies have always had an affinity for Sasquatch, and it's a little known fact that many of the Sasquatch in the area like to dig for mushrooms, and I guess they had some deal going with the hippies. At least that's what I'm trying to figure out, and I kind of think that's what happened. But I don't know. It's a mystery wrapped inside an enigma. But if anybody has any information on this, Ernie and I are going to examine it further. I'd like to be able to go up and visit him. which may or may not be possible. He lives way out in the bush, and it's really hard to get up there, and I don't walk all that well anymore. So, but I would love to go up there and discuss this with him further over some of his famous moonshine. No, I'm just kidding about the moonshine thing. But Ernie and I are desperate to solve the mystery of the missing hippies, the missing nudist hippies, and the Sasquatch, and what the connection is between those two. Did the hippies join up with the Sasquatch tribe and after a while became indistinguishable from the Sasquatch, or was there interbreeding going on, and we have a hybrid hippie Sasquatch? I don't know. None of us really knows. There are strange things that go on in the bush in Canada. Strange things that have driven men crazy. And yet, nobody has said anything. Somebody knows something. Somebody knows what happened. Somebody must have found the ruins of the microbus somewhere. Or maybe they just thought somebody had abandoned it and they towed it off to the junkyard. I don't know. It was a pretty old microbus at the time, and they didn't really go up hills very well, so maybe they thought it was broken down or something and just got rid of it. But anyway, that's the story, and Ernie will back it up. He's a good friend of mine, and he gets along with me very well, and I'm just hoping to find out something. So, peace and love, everybody, and I am going to be uploading a few more videos. I've been very slack about it lately for various reasons, which I do not want to go into because they involved some rather nasty stuff that I'm involved in that just didn't work out. But anyway, I will be uploading more on this subject as well as other subjects, and beginning to I will be uploading very shortly. So please stay tuned to the channel, and updates will be coming. Who knows what happened? Who knows what mysteries lie in the Canadian bush? Good night. Peace, love, and understanding. That's what the world needs these days.